Hi guys, it's Solomon here. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to work with Stripe and Laravel. So what we're going to be doing with Stripe is we're going to be learning how to create customers and learning how to charge those specific customers with Stripe and the Laravel package. Um, so the first thing we're going to actually do is we're going to head over to, you know what? I take that back. The first thing I want to do is I want to shout out our sponsor, iCodeStuff.io, for sponsoring this video. iCodeStuff.io is a cool website that has a whole bunch of software merchandise uh, geared towards programmers specifically, as well as some pretty cool social media stuff. If you actually take a look at their homepage um, and their product descriptions, look at how neat they kind of have their product names. You know, you'll have the class, and then you'll have the item name, and then extends that category. So if it's a shirt, it extends a shirt. If it's a mug, it extends a mug. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat. And then if you look at some of the product descriptions, they even have like some pretty cool little code stuff. Like I know it's a lot of it's PHP. And then another thing I wanted to talk about with our sponsor was they have code challenges that many of you guys can participate in and win like free items, like win free shirts. Um, I'm actually I'm actually the one of the guys that shows the tutorials on how to do these videos. So you guys will hear from me often from iCodeStuff.io. But yeah, if you take a look, the week one challenge was I think creating a basic crawler that just kind of scrapes their front page, their home page of anchor tags, and taking the anchor tag href as well as the anchor text, what's actually in the inside those tags. And then finally, let's just take a look at their social media. You look at their Instagram, they post pretty cool memes. Very, very amusing memes that I kind of find interesting. One of my favorites actually is this one right here. Oh, you're a programmer. Can you fix my fridge? So, for sure, that's iCodeStuff.io. Be sure to give them, either follow them on social media or take a look at their store. Now on to the code. So one of the first things I'm going to need you to have installed, like prerequisite installation before you can start this project, is I want you to have at least a basic Laravel knowledge and PHP knowledge, as well as you'll need Composer installed, and you'll also need what is it? Oh yeah, Apache XAMPP, like basically somewhere where you can run a web server. I know Laravel has its built-in server, which we'll use, but they also have their own environment. I think it's Vagrant Box, which I would recommend completely staying away from, just because it is horrific when it comes to performance. I actually work on it with the date. I work with it on a day-to-day basis, and I'm always wanting to pull my hair out just because of how slow it is. But yeah, for XAMPP, we just really want to use it to MySQL server, as well as just using the PHP admin, because that's where we're going to be running our database. But yeah, so all right, on to some actual code and stuff. So the first command we're going to want to run is we're going to want to install our Laravel project. So using Composer, we can just copy this command right here. And what we'll do is we'll paste that into here, and we'll call this Stripe backend. I don't know if I can spell. So I'm going to pause the video just because sometimes it can take a while. So yeah, I will be right back. All right, so that successfully downloaded and installed. So we're going to cd into the directory. Clear the screen. So we do have to install a few manual packages. The Stripe package, of course. So we're going to run Composer require Stripe/Stripe-PHP. And while that downloads, we can open this project up in PHP Storm. All right, and we'll bring this over here. Still indexing, of course, PHP Storm. Typically, I would use a text editor like a VS Code, but right now, since I work with PHP Storm every day, it's just convenient to use it, and because since we already have the license, I might as well use it. But I wouldn't recommend actually going out and purchasing a license. If you already have it, it's more convenient to use, but I don't think it's worth the price. So I would use a text editor like Atom or VS Code or Sublime Text for sure. All right, so to ensure we got everything correct, we're going to run a PHP artisan serve. And we're going to bring that over here. Okay, so we have the basic Laravel scaffold. So we can begin making our necessary edits. So one of the first things we're going to want to do is we're going to want to fix our env. We have to have our Stripe credentials, of course. I won't be showing mine. I'll just be taking this and doing that. Alrighty. Next thing we got to do is we got to ensure we have our backend installed. So we'll go into PHP MyAdmin over here. PHP MyAdmin, and I believe I already have a database set up for it. We can check. Let's log in. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna want to change our database credentials. We can do that once we get there. Once we get the name of the database. So Stripe. Oh, which one is it? Stripe Laravel? No tables. Okay, so we'll use Stripe Laravel. So let's go to the database name. Stripe underscore Laravel. Username, root, and password token. Typically, most people wouldn't have a password with their XAMPP installation, but mine, when I had set it up, years prior, I, for some reason, put a password there, and so I've never really bothered to remove that password. So most people I'm just telling you guys, most people won't need a password, so you'll just give the username and the database name, and that's it. Alrighty. So I think we're gonna have to break this video up into pieces, of course, which is completely fine. But yeah, so we kind of have the installation set up. One more thing we're going to run is we're going to run an npm install, which I don't think will be crucial for us, but I think it's going to be worthwhile to actually install it. npm warning. Whoa. npm does not support Node.js. What? I'm not sure what this error is. I actually did not get this a few days ago. You know what? If it continues, it can continue, but it won't be too critical for. I don't think it'll be critical for our project, so we should be fine. But yeah, so this is that's the first part of the video for the configuration. Now we'll be ready to code and stuff like that. So the first thing we're going to tackle in the next video is we're going to be tackling migrations and model creation, as well as some controller creation. You know what? We'll just focus on the migration and models first, and then we'll move into like controllers and the views and get there. So it's going to be a process that will probably be broken up into 3 or 4, potentially 4 videos, just for a total of about 40 minutes. I don't like to have it. I don't. I've learned that many people disengage if you have it in one block. So it's smarter to break the video up into pieces, just because people like to take their bits and pieces of the project. They don't need all of the project. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Cool. Peace.